you won't be able to give the information so easily because it's not, the decision is so not readily available. You have to use your knowledge that you've gained in the last week plus, and because not all decisions, as we've ascertained in what Robert tried to bring home yesterday, if you looked at these numbers, what would you do? And would you overpay when they were talking about the Disney Pixar acquisition? It's hindsight's always 20/20, but when they were making that decision back in the day, you didn't know that they were going to buy it and it was going to be immensely successful. If everybody knew what the outcome was, oh fuck, it's easy, you know. It's, you know, but that's not how it worked out. And there was a huge amount of criticism when that deal went down. Just like there's a huge amount of criticism in deals that you see, and if you live long enough, you see the results. Now, in 2000, there was a book that was written. I'm not going to give you the title because then some of you will read it, but it basically said what to look, and even the information I'm about to give you, it's enough information to Google and re-engineer what the fucking title is, which some of you will, unfortunately. But it said the game changers of the next century, and it lists about 1820 companies. And that book was given to me by Sean Casey. Sean Casey, who is a net guru of some net marketing guru of some note. But if you go back today, 15 years later, and you look at those 20 companies, half are out of business, and these are companies that are going to change the world and make so much money that, you know, everybody be laughing, as they say. And half are gone, and none changed the world. None changed the world. And it was written by some somebody that was respected, like Porter or one of the management consultant guys. And so today, what we think is going to change the world now, the point of this little story is, I wouldn't stake my life on it, but I'd stake one of your lives on it that they're not going to change the world. And I don't know what could possibly replace Facebook. I don't know. I don't know what could replace some of these other things. Google. I don't know. I don't know what could replace a number of the things that are really at the forefront now. It seemed like, well, we've all adapted our lives, to Facebook, Twitter, Google, etc. But in 15, 20 years, there is more likely that there will be something. Of course, that's what the net guys are all looking for, that next one, that next Rocky Mountain high. And that's what keeps it going, and that's what keeps the world going. And it's not dissimilar to the Industrial Revolution of 100 plus years ago that changed the world. And some people say we're in the third time frame of the Industrial Revolution. And whether somebody's going to be walking on Mars or not, I don't know. I don't really care. But there will be people that are going to be making a fortune on the crapshoot that somebody's going to walk up there, because just like healthcare, if and when space travel, etc., gets vogue and everybody's thinking about it, there are going to be fortunes made, just like airlines, just like shipping, just like railroads, etc. But if you remember, what happened to the buggy whip companies when automobiles came out? They're gone. What happened to Smith Corona typewriter that I'm old enough to remember when the electric typewriter and all the other, and then of course now the computer. They're not gone, but they're almost gone.
Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak, the pictures, and now I still remember getting my first Kodak camera, and it made and that thing slips out, and then and now of course. And it's revolutionized the photography business, amongst others, because now you can take a kajillion pictures, Don't have to worry about spending money on film. You can just delete stuff. So there's the permutations are countless. They're absolutely countless. There's so many you can't keep track of them. And and I promote the idea to look for those things, but at the end of the day, it's not likely you're going to create wealth in the magnitudes that I'm telling you is possible, and that I've done and a number of other guys have done, if that's all you're doing. Because if you're just waiting and you're going to stand at the plate for the perfect pitch to hit a grand slam home run, I mean, it's not like, first of all, you can have to ascertain the perfect pitch, and if you only swing at the perfect one, you're not going to swing enough, and you're not going to have been involved in enough transactions to create wealth that would normally take a generation, and generation is defined between 20 and 25 years, depending on who you talk to. Now, some of my mini-me's are out there talking about their mantra, their mission is to create generational wealth. That's what they say they're doing. No. And they're creating it in 1 to 3 years. That's what they say they're doing. I was just looking at one of their newsletters this morning. Now, as far as I can tell, the only person that's generating any fucking wealth is the guy that's doing the gig, writing the letter, doing the seminars, etc. And he may have already created generational wealth for him, for moi. But as far as I can tell, for the rest of the guys, he hasn't. Any questions before Michael gets up and gives us our last case before the final case? Anything on anybody's mind, to the extent that it's relatively clear? Anything? Okay.
Something I'd like to add is, we mentioned Kodak. I mean, they had digital camera technology. I think they may have either invented it or they were on it back in the 80s. So that's a company that was a world leader who had the next big thing, and they slept on it. Now, some can argue because, well, they were into photography, and they probably didn't want that main business to go away. But the point I'm trying to make is they had the next big thing. They were a world-leading company, and they still screwed it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like Gates said 640 K was enough, okay, and the internet, and there's been a lot of real smart people that just let it go by. They didn't think it was going to be a game changer, or the possibility of being a game changer. Sometimes you bring a game changer into a established company like a Siemens or a GE or a Ford, a motor car company, and it changes the whole complexion of your business. So now what are you going to be known as? For example, guys, there have been electric cars. This is my favorite example. There have been electric cars everybody's just jerking off over. I mean, it's a big fucking deal. Hybrids, etc. cars. And it's vogue to have those kind of cars now. I don't have one. The more gas the motherfucker eats, the better I like it. The better I like it. Some say that's because I came out of the oil business, but the electric cars have been around since the 1890s. Call it at least 100 years. Do you think just imagine if the engineers, etc., had focused on that for the last 100 years, what kind of technology we have today instead of the last 15 or 20? Because they don't want it.
There were electric buses in Passau in 1900.
And if they were in fucking Passau, yeah, and yeah, that's the center. When you do a Google map, there's a big star with Passau, and the rest of the world is.
What I want to say.
Yeah, sure.
It's nothing, yeah.
No, it's nothing. So why do you think that is? Well, I personally think I know exactly why. There's a lot of reasons that the people use and excuses, etc. But so even when you find something like that, that's not just a game changer, but a world changer, there's all kinds of other reasons why they don't happen. Yeah, Google, life's not fair. Happy New Year, Google. We're going to talk to you again today and again tomorrow. We'll have pictures of our grand celebration last night, to but not from Edinburgh, for a lot of obvious reasons. But anyway, talk to you later.